Man is forever solving the most perplexing problems as he ventures ever further into the unknown. But where are the outer limits of his ingenuity? Will he ever encounter a problem, a Gordian knot, which he cannot ultimately cut?
Our experiments here are an extension of one of the fundamentals of Einstein's theory of relativity, the curved universe.
Theories, Dr. Gordon, only theories.
Proven, Mr. Stanton, proven. We know that there is a definite relationship, and a peculiar one, between time and the 3 dimensions of space. Time may therefore be considered a 4th dimension.
Still don't know what it is you gentlemen are trying to do, if you'll excuse my ignorance.
If it's all right with you, it's all right with me.
Gentlemen,
So you think you can take a peek at the good old days, with this laser beam system of yours, Doctor?
Yes.
The past, of course, still exists.
Oh?
Suppose a scientist on a planet some 50 light years from here were observing Earth. He would at this moment be looking at light rays that left this Earth 50 years ago. He might very well be watching the First World War. In effect, some full 50 years of history would be contained in those beams traveling to that distant planet. And since space-time is a continuum, the present is only a point moving constantly along that continuum.
When you put it like that, Doctor, even I can understand it.
Theoretically, with our equipment, we should be able to cut in anywhere along that continuum. Actually journey to the center of time.
And why haven't you been able to get beyond the 24-hour mark?
Well, that's a question to which we haven't found the answer yet.
Now, Doctor, I understand that you refer to this watching the past as phase A of your project.
Yes.
And that phase B is really the important aspect of it.
That's correct.
Would you mind telling me just what is phase B?
Looking into the future.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. For the next hour, we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Morning, Gordon.
Oh, Mr. Stanton. Setting -3.
White, Manning.
Mr. Stanton.
Well, I hope for your sake that you people have something to show me this morning.
In a minute, Mr. Stanton. Setting -4.
I'm not against sinking money into research, as long as it pays off.
It didn't take Stanton long to get into the act.
Setting -5. Setting -6. 7. 8. 9. 10. There, that does it. Circuits check.
Standing by for exterior systems check run.
Okay, that's what we're waiting for. Phase B.
Okay, phase B it is. Resetting time selector. And starting recheck on countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. Time synchronization 100. She's all yours, Doc. Take her away.
I've set the time selector at 0 plus 24 hours towards the future. Time selector set. Stand by to activate time transport circuits.
Standing by.
Switch on.
Switch is on.
Time transport system indicators. No go. How's it for you in there?
Negative. I'm going to increase the power input.
Stay with the overload indicator.
I'll only take it to maximum capacity. Try. Accelerate the laser beam cycling.
Mark, we've never subjected the unit to such scenes.
It's a risk. I say take it.
Now, wait a minute, Manning. You have no authority to make a decision as rash as that. Dr. Gordon is in charge of this project, not you.
It may shatter the laser's ruby, Mark.
Or it may not. If it does, we're out of business. But if we don't get this damn thing working, we're out of business anyway.
Very well, we'll try it. Oh, that's enough, Mark. What's the reading?
I don't know. We can still accelerate, but the needle's glued to the top of the flash pulse indicator. No way of telling what our cycle speed is.
Better decelerate.
No. Wait, it could be the time transport calibrations. They may be off. Try moving the transport ahead. Keep going. To the top. Keep going.
That's it, Mark. I've passed the maximum input now.
How far?
Oh, 100,000 years. Perhaps twice that, even more. I'm bringing time transport back. Time transport back to 0 hours.
Hold it there. I'm going to open the photon cycling all the way.
No, don't do that, Mark.
Wait, look! Test area. Time Central. It's fantastic. Look at that gigantic spacecraft.
But how? The time transport circuits are completely fused.
The time selectors.
What's the reading, Mark?
5,000 years.
That's impossible.
In the future.
It can't be.
We know as much as you do. The lab just seemed to vanish. All right, we'll stand by, but hurry, please.
What happened? Where's the lab gone? I don't know. One minute everything was operating properly. Dr. Gordon, Mark, and Karen were in the lab. Suddenly there was a tremendous power surge. Mr. Stanton was in there when it happened.
Mr. Stanton? Well, can't you do something? Bring them back. Are they in danger?
You better try to establish contact with them, wherever they went. Susan, has a monitoring been able to establish a bearing on the lab?
Negative. Monitoring tried to establish contact, but any attempt at communication with the lab has failed. Apparently, everything's been cut off from within their unit.
Then that means they're really lost, doesn't it?
No, not necessarily. They're still getting a faint but steady signal from their laser beam pulse system.
Monitoring is attempting to trace that signal now.
Trace it? To where?
To whatever dimension in time or space they've traveled into.
We've done it.
The future. A window 5,000 years into the future.
I almost wish we hadn't.
Why do you say that?
It's almost as if we've discovered the end of the world.
We don't know that. Come, there's much to do. We've got to take note of every reading, record what fuses have been made, and what new connections have been made in the transport system.
I don't know if those circuits are stable enough not to burn out. We better work fast. It won't be long at this cycling speed before the laser explodes.
You know something? It looks like we can step right out into it. We're in the center of some sort of nuclear war. Doctor, get us out of here before we get killed.
This is not a window to the future. This is real. The lab, we have been transported here physically.
A time rift. A warp of the space-time continuum. That matter can pass through.
We travel over 5,000 years in a matter of seconds.
Come on, the condition will deteriorate suddenly. The readings, the new circuits, quickly.
Mark, perhaps.
Do not be alarmed. We mean you no harm. We observed your craft as it appeared from nowhere. You'll please come with us.
Oh. How do we know?
But how do you know you'll be safe? You don't. But if you're found here, outside of our barrier, you will surely be destroyed. We must hurry. Come with us.
We seem to have very little choice.
Where are you taking us?
To the council chambers within our starship, to Dr. Vina. Dr. Vina will be as interested in asking you questions as you are in having yours answered.
I'm at a loss for explanations. Less than an hour ago, we were in our laboratory, in our own world, and now?
You are still in your own world, Dr. Gordon. We are the aliens, not you.
Aliens? I don't quite understand.
Ours is a colonization ship. We come from a dead world, far beyond your own galaxy. And we have been searching for a new world, with an environment close to that of our own mother planet. This is still Earth. The year is 6968, but yours is a dying world.
Dying? How?
I wish I could tell you that the reason was natural, but I am afraid that it is man's own folly. Ours was an untimely arrival upon your planet. Regrettably, we've landed in the midst of a devastating global war. A war which will leave Earth dead and mankind annihilated.
How do you plan to survive on an Earth that's dying?
We don't. There is a creeping death all around us. We cannot stay.
Where could you go?
We must return to the stars, to another planetary system where Earth-like worlds exist.
Breakthrough, units 9 through 14, report to fuel depot, sector 6, units 1 to 9, report to repair. All other units are on Earth standby.
All our efforts may be in vain. We're in a race we may not win.
A race?
Attention all personnel. Attack imminent. Massive troop movement reported outside barrier.
It is only a matter of time before the large-scale assault may succeed. We must make the necessary repairs on our ship before that happens, or perish.
Why? With all your resources, why don't you build stronger defenses?
Our makeshift defenses are adequate to protect us for a while. But there is grave danger. If we cannot complete those repairs in time...
Major breakthrough, major breakthrough. Enemy has penetrated the barrier. Repeat, barrier penetrated. Enemy forces rapidly approaching.
This is Council Control. Activate secondary force field. Repeat, activate secondary force field. You see, even with our advanced technology, we are not invulnerable. Man's atomic weapons are as primitive to us as spears are to men. But even modern man can be killed by a spear.
But if you're just here for repairs, as you say, why would they want to attack you?
In hopes of procuring our weapons, our advanced technology. To them, it is a means to carry on their way of life, the waging of war. They've broken through. We shall not succeed. Our journey ends here. But you must return to the past, taking with you the fate of mankind.
Fate of mankind?
You must return to your own time. Tell them.
Yes, go on.
Warn them. The laser weapon. They must control it.
We have no laser weapon.
You will have. It will leave your Earth a sterile, burned-out slag in space. It will... My people will help you re-enter your time-space warp. You must go with them. You must return to you.
Follow me.
Control. Stand by that video overload indicator. We're going to try it again. You ready, Susan?
Ready. Screen on.
I hope we're not too late.
We're not, but there's no time to lose if we're going to get them out of there alive.
What makes you even think that in that time
coordinate?
So far, we haven't seen any sign of them. Just this futuristic holocaust.
They're out there, Mr. Denning.
How can you be so sure?
You see, we're picking up this image from the lab's equipment. In other words, everything we see on this screen is identical to what Dr. Gordon and his crew see from the lab.
Then, as long as this picture remains stable, that means they're intact?
Yeah, that's basically correct, but we have no way of knowing if they're still inside the lab.
Well, I doubt very much if they'd step out into that.
Monitoring reports they've just picked up a change in the time selector settings from the lab.
Does that mean they're coming back?
Yeah, that's a good bet. Reset our time selector to the present. Re-establish video contact within the time vault.
Time selector set at 0 minus 5,000. We should be back in seconds after we left. I've tried to minimize any chance of us colliding with ourselves in time.
We'll make it.
Of course we will. And we'll bring back her warning.
We will not.
What makes you so sure?
Well, isn't it obvious, Manning? The war did happen. We didn't get back without warning.
Maybe we did. Maybe they just didn't listen. Sometimes people don't listen to warnings that might save them. But whether or not they listen, there must be something we can do. At least we can...
Gentlemen, please. Karen.
Laser beam pulse system go. The overload indicator shows that we've overloaded the lasers, Ruby. Could shatter if we're not careful.
Does that mean we'll be trapped here?
No, Stanton. Our lab may be set adrift, and we'd wander aimlessly through time and space like a ship at sea.
All set, Doc. Standing by for time synchronization.
Standing by.
All right. Mark, activate time transport.
Time transport activated.
We should be back in the time vault in a few seconds. I wonder if...
Doc, Karen, the screen. Something coming at us and fast. Whatever it is, we're on a direct collision course.
Laser beam pulse system increasing in strength, causing heavy static interference in video reception.
All right, activate image stabilizer.
Image stabilizer activated.
It looks like they're coming back our way.
Monitoring confirms. Dr. Gordon's time selector has been reset to the present.
How long will it be before we see them?
I imagine just a matter of seconds, unless it takes longer to come back than it does to go.
How accurately can they time their return?
Within a few seconds of their original departure, they're safe if they return within 24 hours in either direction. But we're not taking any chances on losing them again. Stand by to attempt time lock-in on the lab as it passes through our time, plus or minus 24 hours.
It looks as if we're not the only ones traveling in time.
Vision course.
The radio may not work, but it's our only chance. This is Dr. Manning. We are from the year 1968. We're traveling the time-space continuum on a direct course with you. Collision imminent. Unable to correct. Over. I repeat, collision imminent. Unable to correct. Do you hear us? Please reply.
The laser system. Perhaps we can fire a warning without overloading the laser. I'll set the discharge at 50%. Any more than that will destroy the other craft and our laser. Stand by for discharge.
It worked. The discharge acted like an invisible barrier.
It didn't work. They're going to crash, kill us all. I've got to stop.
Stanton, wait, you fool. You'll be murdering, destroying everybody who's up there.
Laser power surge from the lab. It's too much. Lock-in is impossible. They're going too fast. Release time locks.
They're gone.
What happened? Where did they go?
Monitoring is still tracking the lab. They haven't stopped yet.
Monitoring? This is Central Control. We made visual contact with the lab as it passed through our time. Our time selector indicates they are traveling along the space-time continuum into the past. We're standing by to reestablish visual contact. Please verify closest possible date.
They must be completely out of control.
Millennia. Perhaps even farther. It looks prehistoric. Mark, what is the time selector reading now? 1 million years.
1 million years?
BC. See that the settings remain as they are. I must have readings, otherwise...
The laser system, the ruby's cracked. It could shatter.
I'm going to take a look outside. You people do what you have to do. I'll let you know what it's like out there.
Stanton, come back. The warp condition is unstable. It may collapse any second. The lab may move on.
Come back, Stanton!
If we move on, he'll be lost in time.
Some loss. I'll go after him.
No, Mark. I'll go after him. It's my responsibility. I'm still the senior here.
Now you two get back to the panels, see to those settings, and see that they stay as they are.
Mark! Mark, what is it?
Keep the warp open and watch the laser ruby.
after me and tried to attack the lab. I discharged the laser and the ruby shattered. Oh, Mark, what are we going to do?
Let's head for those rocks. Try to lose them.
Right over here. We can hold up in there. That was close.
Too close.
Doesn't sound as if it's going to let up. We just have to sit him out.
Set him out? Let's try to find another way out of here.
All right.
We've been wandering around for hours.
Yeah. We were lost when we came in here. But you, Manning. Yeah, you really fouled us up. Now you got us in here deeper.
Look, Stanton, if it weren't for you, we'd be back in our own time now.
Mom, Karen, come over here quickly. What do you think of this outcropping, Mark?
Well, if it weren't for its enormous size, I'd say it was an emerald. A giant emerald.
All right, and this?
Diamond. But they can't be real.
It is. You know what it means?
That means we're rich.
Not at all, Stanton. These are worthless stones to us unless we can find a ruby. One of the approximate size and weight to replace the one that was shattered in the laser unit. Come on.
Never seen anything so beautiful, so majestic.
Just hope the place has the ruby we need.
This crater must be a lava pit.
Intense heat and pressure formed all these gems.
This cavern must be in the center of a volcano. Take it easy, Stanton.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Look, you get what you want, I'll get what I want.
Get away from there.
Now listen, Dr. Gordon, you're not giving me any orders. This is not your expedition. It was an accident with my equipment and bought with my money. So I'll do as I damn well please. Get out of here before the place goes sky high!
and let Stanton get away from us.
Almost. Pretty close now.
You know, if we could step up the power input several points, we might have reception.
Yeah, but I don't think these circuits will stand much more. It's pretty makeshift now.
Look! The laser signal!
Wait a minute. Monitoring reports they've picked up activity from the lab again. It's moving.
In which direction?
Back on a steady course. Towards the present.
With increased video power input, 2 points. Activate image stabilizer. Better cross your fingers and let's hope we don't overload this time. All right, Susan, stand by to activate time lock-in.
I'm ready. Lock-in activated.
This is Dr. Manning. We are from the year 1968. We're traveling the time-space continuum on a direct course with you. Collision imminent.
The laser system. That's with the power of warning without overloading the laser. It didn't work. You're gonna crash, kill us all. I'm gonna stop. Stanton, wait, you fool. You'll be murdering, destroying everybody who's out there.
Was that the lab?
It couldn't be. We're still getting a signal from the lab's laser beam system.
Well, then what was it?
I don't know.
Monitoring confirms it was not the lab. They're still picking up its bearing. The lab is stationary in its original position in the past, And telemetry indicates the system's a go. They can move ahead at any second.
And we better watch these controls now. They may attempt transport again.
Dave, the time lock system is dead.
The settings. They're exactly the way they were when we first arrived. But that's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Stanton must have doubled back, maybe even destroyed himself. I have a feeling we'd better activate the time transport while everything's still working.
The same thing could happen to us.
Well, that's a chance we'll have to take. I'm setting the time selector to return us to our own time.
Plus or minus how many seconds?
30 seconds plus departure time.
Here we go again. They're moving.
All systems check, with the exception of the time lock.
What if they overshoot again? Isn't there some way we can stop them?
No, they'll have to hit their time mark on their own.
Laser beam increasing. They should be coming through at any second. It worked. They hit their time lock.
Yeah, but they're not locked in. They're still drifting, and beyond the 24-hour mark.
What is it, Mark? So strange, so quiet.
We better hurry. We're off our time mark.
Mark.
Our calculations weren't exact enough.
We've returned too far back in time.
Why aren't they moving?
We've disrupted the time flow. We're existing in a world outside of time, a parallel world.
Look, they are moving, only so slowly that you can barely see it.
We're existing at such an accelerated time rate. We'd be nothing more than shadows to them.
There can't be two of us.
Sooner or later, time will catch up with us, ourselves and our counterparts.
What could happen?
Two solid objects can't occupy the space of one. I don't know what would happen. We'd explode, implode. I don't know, but at any rate, we'd cease to exist.
There's got to be a way out of this.
There's a chance.
What?
Back to the time lab.
To what? And when?
Come on, I don't know what. It's our only chance. We've got to take it.
Doctor, are you prepared to demonstrate this looking into the future for us now?
No, not quite yet.
I thought. Well, gentlemen, I'll take into consideration your request for funds, but I'll have to warn you. If you don't come up with anything more concrete within 24 hours, I'll be forced to shut down this section and convert it to weapons development. Good day.
There's only one other thing we can try. Accelerate the laser beam cycling.
Mark, we've never subjected the unit to such siege.
It's a risk. I say take it.
Now, wait a minute, Manning. You have no authority to make a decision as rash as that. Dr. Gordon is in charge of this project, not you.
May shatter the laser's ruby bomb.
Or it may not. If it does, we're out of business. But if we don't get this damn thing working, we're out of business anyway.
Very well, we'll try it. Oh, that's enough, Mark. What's the reading?
I don't know. We can still accelerate, but the needle's glued to the top of the flash pulse indicator. No way of telling what our cycle speed is.
Better decelerate.
No. Wait, it could be the time transport calibrations. They may be off. Try moving the transport ahead. Hold it there. I'm going to open the photon cycling all the way.
No, don't do that, Mark.
Mark, what'll it be like?
Another Earth, another time. Who really knows? We may be the Adam and Eve of a brave new world.
Some success, some failure. But either way, the gnawing hunger to know is never sated, and the road to the unknown continues to be dark and strange. We now return control of your television set to you. Until next week at this same time, when the control voice will take you to the outer limits.